Okay, in the last video, we rebushed this hole right here. You can see it's still got a little bit of red around it. This arbor fits into it, and we're going to slide that right in there. If I can see it. And it turns, but we don't have enough shake in there. So, and we really want to get about 5 or 6 degrees in any direction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a cutting broach, which is essentially a very fine file. See if I can find the right size here. It's a pretty small hole. I don't know if you can see this. Let's see if I can get it to focus there. Maybe not. There we go. And as you can see, it's got some edges on it. And usually has about 5 edges. And we use that for reaming these guys. And this one is yet too big, so let me get the next size down. It's a pretty small hole. I believe this one is, let's see, I guess it is, looks like 0.8 or less millimeters in diameter. Let's see if I can get that one. That one is, that one's close. So I could maybe even use a smaller one, but I think this one will do. So I'm going to put this guy in a pin vise. I have a smoothing broach in the pin vise right now, so I'm going to take it out. And I'll put this cutting broach in here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to very carefully and very gently just wind that back and forth there a little bit. It's steel on a brass bushing, so it doesn't take much pressure at all. And that's probably pretty good. Now we're going to check our arbor in there again. I believe this is the correct one. So let's go from the inside and put it in there. And we're getting a little bit of shake. I think I'm going to go just, well, yeah, maybe just a hair more. Doesn't take much pressure. Now let's try that. That's about perfect right there. Yeah, it gets a little bit of wobble in there, but that's okay. Because once it's held in by the back plate, it'll be just about right. So now that we've cut it with a cutting broach, we're going to smooth it out with a smoothing broach to kind of polish that hole. And I believe that's the right smoothing broach. As you can see there, that one doesn't have any. I'm turning it right now. You don't see any edges on that. It's just smooth. Super smooth file. And when you feel it, you can't feel anything on it at all. It just feels like smooth metal. So we're going to put that in there, and we're going to turn that. And we'll come around the back side, and we'll turn that. And these broaches are actually tapered. And the reason they're tapered is obvious, so you can get it into the hole and get to the right depth. But the reason you do it on the front and the back is because then you actually create a tiny little ridge in the center. And that creates the point for the actual bearing. So now let's just check that again. And that is beautiful. There we go. Absolutely beautiful. Now, next thing we're going to do is I have some pegwood here. This is orange wood, and we just sharpen it to a fine point, and I just use that to kind of clean out the junk. And then I just hit it with a little bit of air. Clean out any debris, and that bushing job is done. Thank you.